Yo, what's up guys? Dragon Ball Dave back with another Dragon Ball Daima video. Just going to share my thoughts on Dragon Ball Daima episode 18 titled Awakening, which released February 14th, 2025, a Valentine's episode. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So big episode here, lots to talk about. It's mainly just action. There's still a lot to talk about, so I'm just kind of going to go through it as the episode goes on like I always do. First thing I want to talk about, it picks up right where it left off. Goku going Super Saiyan 3 against Goma, and they left us on a cliffhanger, and it looked really cool. It shows the power pole down there on the ground. I wonder if that's going to come back in and be relevant again in a second. But it's, Goku looks awesome. His hair's long, like we talked about last week, not like weird looking like Vegeta's was. So I think that's an individual thing. But everybody is out. Shin, Piccolo, Glorio, everybody's out of commission pretty much, except for Super Saiyan 3 Goku. And Goku seems to be unfazed by Goma, really. Now, Goma, he's like, what kind of magic is that? He calls it magic because, like we've talked about, it's one of those things where it's like the light and dark side of the Force. I've talked about it a little bit in these videos, and I've recommended other YouTubers who've talked about it. But Goku comes in, and he actually, when he powers up, his hair flares up a little bit. So it stands like back as opposed to down. And that was kind of neat. Well, then he starts just whooping on Goma. Now, of course, Goma, it looks good too. The animation's great. That's one of the best parts about Daima is they didn't half-ass this animation. I pointed out in some other episodes some weird scenes I guess they had, but it looked great. Goku and Goma are going rounds. And everybody's cheering that Goku can somehow keep up. And it was Majin Buu. He's like, wait a minute, power up. And he remembered that when he gave Majin Buu the chocolate bar, how he powered up. Because Majin Buu and Tamagami 1 are also they're clearly the stronger beings there. Because, Vegeta's just fodder for whatever reason. I don't know why he's just laying there being pathetic. I don't know what's going on with Vegeta. He had his W back in episode 12, I guess, and that's all you get. It's Dragon Ball, what do you expect? But anyways, Tamagami 1 and Do are still actually trying to help Goku out. And they're mainly getting smacked away. But Do gets knocked into a thing, and his eyes are closed like he's knocked out. And that's when Ku comes back, throws the chocolate chip cookie to him. And he actually does power up. It's actually crazy. I remember when I saw the leaks for this, I thought, did this man absorb Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta? But he doesn't. He sees Goku power up, and so he mimics it. Almost like Majin Buu mimicked the Kamehameha wave, or instantaneous movement, or, the Monkey King thing. Just like he learned, because he watches Goku power up, and so he does it too. But like I said, the back of him, like his head, starts poking out like little spiky things that look like Super Saiyan 3 hair. It looks really goofy, but, it worked. It powered him up. And it's interesting because, it seems a little weird for him to try to replicate Super Saiyan 3. He doesn't know anything, so he's just replicating what he sees. You remember Tamagami 3 was also trying to replicate the Kamehameha wave after Goku beat him. So that was really neat, I thought. But then Goku and Do, Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Super Saiyan 3 Do, whatever this is, they're able to, start whooping on Goma again, throwing him around. It's interesting still, though, Majin Buu, I don't think he's as strong as Fat Buu still, even with this. And it's very interesting how powerful he still is, because he looks like he's doing pretty good. He even starts focusing on Goma himself ahead of Super Saiyan 3 Goku. But then he burns out. Typical Super Saiyan 3. He says he thinks the cookie wore off, and it was weird, but it was cool. I was a little like, what the heck, what was that about? Why did they even do that? But it was cool. It was cool, I guess. Goku and Tamagami 1 are kind of getting the edge on Goma in the third eye. And Goma, his faces when he gets hit are so great because he's funny. Goma's funny. But then the third eye just powers him up again, man. And he does like this Cyclops from X-Men, this like laser beam thing or whatever. And he pretty much fries everybody. Even Goku gets hurt from it. That's where it's pretty much decided, because he stomps on Goku, that he's winning. He's got this in the bag. And he starts beating the crap out of Goku, like hitting him like almost like somebody would play hacky sack. He's bouncing Goku's body around. It reminded me actually very similar of how Super Baby Vegeta 2, strongest form from GT, pummeled on Super Saiyan 3 Goku. It was very similar to that in my opinion. But he blasts Goku a few more times, and of course Goku doesn't revert down to base. He's just laying there in Super Saiyan 3. And Neva walks up looking like, whoa, what's going on here? And when he does, he's like does this magic thing to Goku, and it's really weird. And the only reason he can come close is because Goma actually flies up in the air to make a ball, and he's gonna just destroy all of them now. I guess he doesn't even care about the arena or the palace that he once cared about. I don't know, but he goes to like I said, Neva just walks right up and does like he did to Kamigami 2. He just waves his hand in a circle, or not even in a circle. It's just like energy starts flowing into his hand, and he just puts it into Goku. And then we have a crazy thing happen here. Goku is like, it shows from Goku's perspective like he's waking up in another place. And there's like drops of water, like the environment he's in, it's like water almost. And it's trying to break through to get in. Like something's coming out, essentially. Like something's escaping. And then it shows like either his DNA or his veins, his blood stream. I don't know what it is, but it's showing that something deep within him is coming. And he starts to bulk up a little bit. His hair turns from golden to red. All of a sudden, his tail pops out. And Goku turns into what we could only describe as a Super Saiyan 4. It's pretty cool. He just transforms randomly into it through Neva powering him up. And in the midst of this, Goma's still charging a blast throw at him. So Goma still just launches the blast at him. And that's what actually causes Goku to complete the transformation. He destroys the blast, and we get a mini Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Now, he's got the red hair, like the Limit Breaker form from Super Dragon Ball Heroes, but he's not an adult. It didn't make his body an adult. It made his arms longer, and he's got some, obviously Super Saiyan 4's got the Uzaru, so there's the monkey attributes, but it's also Goku seems to like just take on a little bit more of a monkey persona, but he definitely looks like Super Saiyan 4, the Limit Breaker version. He's got a yellow aura, and then like an Ultra Instinct outline on top of when the aura clears up. But he actually looks really cool. According to the Daima official site, this is the power of awakening. When Goku awakened through the power of awakening, Mezami, which when I ran the translation through Google, it said shark, okay? So this is not called shark officially, but I think it's going to have like a naming scheme like Ultra Instinct, because in the production notes, according to Geekdom 101, that the videos he showed, he says that it's, they called it Daima Super Saiyan 4. And they do stuff like this. At Gohan Beast, they called it Final Gohan in all the production before they gave it Beast. But I think it's going to have a name similar to Ultra Instinct. And when I say similar, what I mean is, so Ultra Instinct in Japanese is Megate no Gokui, which basically means like the secret of selfish movement or something along those lines. And we don't translate it that way. We translate it to Ultra Instinct, not Ultra Instinct or whatever the Japanese word for instinct is. We don't translate it that way. So I think they're going to call this something like Awakened, or the name that we get, if you translated it literally, it wouldn't work. Kind of like Ultra Instinct. But nonetheless, in this new form, Goku just goes on the warpath against Goma, and he's bodying Goma. Third Eye Goma is nothing. Now, where does this compare to, Super Saiyan God, the original Super Saiyan 4, any of this stuff? We have no idea. But what we do know is that when Goku does get the edge, Goma powers up that third eye again, and is able to stop and kind of push Goku back. And actually, they're kind of going toe to toe. And Goku's using like that, these being smaller and monkey-like strategies to keep an edge. But you can see that the gap is now closing. Goma is closing that gap on him, and they're getting more and more shown to be relative. And, Goma powers up again with that third eye and actually is able to overwhelm even this, like I said, that awakened Super Saiyan 4 Goku is what I want to call it. I don't know. It's not officially been called Super Saiyan 4 here, like in the series. And on the Daima page, they didn't call it Super Saiyan 4, but the production notes did. And like I said, because of the Daima website, I can't get a clear translation. I don't know what to call it other than Awakened Super Saiyan 4 or Shark. We can just call it Shark, I guess, as a joke. It's not Shark, but Goku, like I said, him and Goma are going, and Goma actually, like I said, powers up with that third eye to get the advantage on Goku again, and Goku actually still, pushes back and is able to force Goma to yet again power up with that third eye. Now, I'm very curious to, what's going to happen next, because it's one of those weird things where I think Neva's going to die. But anyways, Tamagami 1, Glorio, and Majin Du all decide they're about to go fight. And Piccolo does too. Supreme Kai says he's too weak, and actually Supreme Kai flies in too to fight. Vegeta stands up and then falls down like he's too weak. But I think Glorio's getting excited seeing Goku fight, and so he just flew in there to help too. Like I said, they're all in there, and Goma's pretty much now smacking all of them at once, even though he was basically on par with Super Saiyan 4 Goku, or Awakened Goku, Mezume Goku, whatever you want to call it, Shark Goku. They're jumping the hell out of Goma, and like I said, every time Goma gets punched, it's really funny because they make his face do all types of crazy animation, and they have a quick scene where like Goku's all in red and Goma's in blue, and they're fighting each other, and it's really cool because it's pretty much just Goku bodying Goma. But like I said, the other guys, they jumped in, got smacked real quick, but then they kind of try to come back again. And then Goku starts charging up this stuff. He's going to, I guess, throw a Kamehameha wave. And then it pans to Glorio. And Glorio's over here, he's looking at Goku. And I think it's kind of showing us that Glorio he wants to be like Goku, or Goku has changed him. And we're going to get into that a little bit more as we get to the end of the episode. But for now, Glorio and Piccolo fly up there, and they charge up 2 attacks. Piccolo does the Makanko Sampo, the special beam cannon, and Glorio just does a blast thing. And they actually have a brief little stalemate with Goma. Oh, it was baffling. Then he just massively overwhelms them. But they don't die. And I was like, oh my god, man, they didn't do half bad there. It reminded me of Krillin versus Super Saiyan Blue Goku, that Kamehameha struggle. But during all that going on, like I said, Goku's over here charging that Kamehameha wave up. And so it's building up, and, it looks really awesome, actually. We got the blue, the yellow, the fiery aura around it. It's pretty awesome. Goma sees it coming, though, and runs in and actually is able to punch Goku before he's able to release the Kamehameha wave. He actually doesn't even get to finish saying it. And Goma hits him a couple of times. It knocks Goku backwards to where he spins around. And he does one of these pretty cool, you know how Goku does. Whether it was Cell or Kefla, you think you got him off guard with that, but he did something cool. He spins, like I said, a punch knocks him backwards to where he flips around. And he just flips around and says Kamehameha wave, and boom, launches it right at Goma. And it does something. It actually, messes Goma up a little bit. But again, this third eye is just so broken, you can't get past that. You can mess up Goma a little bit, but then the third eye just counteracts it. And this is actually where, the episode's going to take a little bit of a change, and because at this point, we kind of have the muscle to be able to fight with Goma, but Goma still has all these magic abilities. So, like I said, Goku blows him away with his Kamehameha wave. But Goma is actually fine. He's actually fine. And now Goku's not showing any signs of fatigue or, damage or anything. And it's interesting, this Super Saiyan 4 thing, I think it fixed the repairs in his pants. I'm not sure. But anyways, like I was saying, after Goku blows him away, it shows the eye squint. The third eye, not squints, but the pupil becomes smaller. Like it's focusing, I guess. And then this giant bubble, appears from where Goma was knocked down. And of course, Goma just, like I said, powers up and is completely restored to, nothing. And he somehow puts this bubble actually around the entire arena that he's created. And when he comes up, actually, when Goma comes up, he's even bigger than he was before. He's ginormous now. He's like, I mean, again, I'm getting another parallel. This reminds me of Golden Grade 8 Baby Vegeta from GT squaring off against Super Saiyan 4 Goku when Goku had wasted too much energy. Goma's huge. He's ginormous. And the third eye, like I said, is just releasing power like crazy and puts this ball of energy around Goku. And when it does, it takes his power away. It's something, we'd not seen nothing like that except maybe like Moro does something kind of similar to that. But Moro just zapped them of their energy to where it went back down to base. But this actually de-transforms Goku from his Shark state, Mesame, Awakened Super Saiyan 4, whatever, to a Super Saiyan 3, to a Super Saiyan 2 very briefly. It's almost so quick you miss it. And then again to a Super Saiyan and then to base. And it's just, like I said, it reminded me of Moro, the way he did it. He took Goku and Vegeta's energy and reverted them all the way back down to base, to where they couldn't even transform. Now, we don't know if Goku still can't transform or if he's just sealing it off or what. But while this is happening, Glorio's little phone thing goes off, and Arinsu tells him, hey, Glorio, now's the time. Get the Dragon Balls. So Glorio goes over to Hybus and is like, hey, it's too dangerous. Let me get the Dragon Balls. And so he gets the Dragon Balls, and he takes them over to Arinsu. And she's like, okay, I told you to go learn how to speak Namekian. I need you to go ahead and do this. Make me strong enough to stop Goma. And Glorio has a whole bit of confliction here because he's like, wait, aren't you bad too? He doesn't say that, but he's noticing that, she has ulterior motives aside from just trying to stop Goma. And so, Hybus, of course, is, a total idiot. And I don't even know what to think about Hybus now because I'm still wondering if something magical is going to happen. Until Daima ends, guys, I guess I was in denial. But he just gives Glorio the Dragon Balls, which, actually, if this is what it takes to make them defeat Goma, then in a sense, Hybus did save the day. It's like Mr. Satan over there. But Glorio goes ahead and he decides to summon the Demon Realm Dragon Balls. And what he's going to do is, Arinsu wants him to wish for her to have enough power to beat Goma, to be the most powerful Demon King of all, Supreme Demon King of all. And it shows as Glorio's contemplating this, it just shows the flashback of the adventures he's went on with Goku and Pansy. And that's what I was saying earlier. When he's watching Goku power up, it's showing us that Glorio has been changed by Goku. So that Mira face does not mean he's a bad guy. Now, that Toa face on Arinsu does mean she's a bad guy. But he's pretty much, he's coming to terms that he thinks that they're good people. And I guess he sincerely did have just a good sense of justice, and Goma's a bad guy. But Glorio summons Purunga. You got to speak Namekian to do it. And, of course, we have this giant Purunga come out who looks like the Namekian Purunga. But he's red, like in Dragon Ball GT, the Ultimate Shenron. Buddy in Discord called it Ultimate Purunga, which I actually think is awesome. The credits refer to it as Demon Purunga. But yeah, he's awesome looking. He's big. He's red. Arinsu says, go ahead now. Tell Glorio, go ahead and make my wish. Do what I said. And Goma notices this, and he's like, I'm not going to let it happen. And so he flies up there. And like I said, this is the giant Goma. The one that just, not only smacked Super Saiyan 4 Goku, but then depowered him down to, nothing. So this is like peak Goma here. He flies up there like, I'm not going to let him make no wish. And when he does, he goes to punch Demon Purunga, Ultimate Purunga. And sure enough, man, Purunga, like this, catches Goma's fist on his finger and just flicks Goma away completely. Like he's fodder, nothing. And it was like, what the heck? Now, Neva's a little bit surprised that Glorio can speak Namekian. And they're all kind of like startled, but Neva's still kind of calm. Neva and Hybus, guys, like I said, there's weird stuff to them. There's weird stuff to them, and I'm not sure what it is. But this dragon, like I said, this is beyond anything we've ever seen, man. This is, well, I mean, you count the Super Dragon Balls, they were supposed to be the best of the best. But, I don't know if that's really a fair comparison due to the fact we don't actually see them do anything but bring some universes back. Super Shenron didn't punch anybody. Nobody tried, to be fair. But, this is something, we don't see the dragons do this kind of stuff. We watched King Piccolo kill Earth's Dragon a long time ago. And it really makes me feel like Earth's Dragon Balls are like just the fodder, bare bones, nothing, The closest, I guess in Super Dragon Ball Heroes, Dark Shenron, which was created by Dende, so it is kind of like an Earth Dragon in a sense. He like flicks, I don't know if he flicks or if he smacks Super Saiyan God Trunks away, I don't remember. But that's about the closest thing we've seen to that. Well, Glorio goes ahead and decides to make the wish, but like I said, he speaks it in Namekian, and we don't know what happens. Now, we are pretty sure though that because everybody's calling him a traitor, and Rinsu's all smiling too full of herself. Goma got knocked down, but he's fine, so he's about to fly back up there, I guess. But whatever wish he made, the next episode is entitled Betrayal, because when he makes the wish, that's when the credits come on. And, the betrayal is, did Glorio betray Goku and crew, or did he betray Rinsu? And I think actually he's going to betray Rinsu. I think he's going to wish for Goku and everybody to become adults again. I don't know that for sure, but I'm pretty sure that's the direction he's going in with that. And this is the thing, okay? So they become adults, and then I'm assuming, if this is my thing too for the power scaling stuff, I just want to throw this out there. If they become adults and Super Saiyan 3 Goku finishes everything off, then Daima was fodder to the Buu Saga. I don't care how amped the third eye and Super Saiyan 4 was. They're just nothing. Get over it. Accept it. But if, they end up having to fuse, or Goku gets returned to an adult and then does that Super Saiyan 4 thing again, that's going to be crazy. I actually still don't think that Goku and Vegeta are going to fuse. Maybe they will. Maybe it'll be mini Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta looking thing. I don't think so, though. I think it's going to be more of a, like, Do and Ku are going to use those fuse bugs. I'm almost positive they're going to find them like, oh, it's something to eat, and it'll be funny or whatever. They'll fuse. But we still have a lot of stuff to wrap up and only 2 episodes left. And like I said, this episode was great. I was geeked with it. Ultimate Purunga, Demon Purunga, he was freaking awesome. We got a new revamped Super Saiyan 4, and I've said before, I didn't like when they brought Frieza back and gave him a gold form. I didn't like when they made Super Saiyan Blue. I didn't like when they brought Broly back and he had nothing to do with Broly. I don't really care for when they copied something older and do it again. That being said, this Super Saiyan 4 Mesame power was awesome. I thought this was actually really cool. And the look to it, like I said, it's got the little GT Goku look, but also the Limit Breaker look. And they're in the Demon Realm, like the heroes, the Super Dragon Ball Heroes lore tied to it, I guess. I don't know. It's just, I think that's really neat. But the next episode preview literally just shows, the Dragon Balls disperse and Purunga just grants the wish or whatever. I'm pretty sure Glorio's going to wish for Goku for sure to become an adult, but probably restore all of them to their adult forms. Now, I don't know if they're going to have some weird thing where they're like, oh, got used to a kid's body, so now we're not used to an adult body. But, who knows? I'm recording this on Thursday before episode 19 comes out, actually. And so it's, I'm very geeked to see what's going to happen. We know that there's got to be they got to start wrapping stuff up. We only got 2 episodes left. And, I wasn't even going to talk about this till the next 2 episodes, but they still have several little plot points they have to tie up if they were going to make this work with Dragon Ball Super. I've said in all my reviews pretty much that I think this has nothing to do with Dragon Ball Super. Based on Akio Yoko's recent interview, I believe I think I'm right, but whatever. Hopefully I'm wrong and they can connect it somehow, I guess. But they have a lot of stuff that if they don't clear it up in these next 2 episodes, then that's dead in the water to me. Like, they're just different continuities. But, either way, I'm still hyped for it. I want to see what's going on. Oh, yeah, I guess I should briefly talk, too, about, Dragon Ball Super did make a return with Chapter 104 of the manga, and it is called Chapter 104, but it's also a one-shot. And it says to be continued at the end. Now, I don't know what that's for exactly. They're promoting the Clean God movie in it and stuff, and I think I can't tell because this story takes place before the prequel story for Superhero. So I can't tell if it's like they're hyping you up to watch the superhero movie, which is interesting if the manga that retold it again tells you to go watch the movie when it comes out, Like, we don't care about continuity. Just watch it all. Enjoy it all. But it could be to be continued, like they're going to continue. At the bare minimum, they should at least finish up. Goten and Trunks arrive there to stop Clean God or whatever. Or I'm sorry, at the to stop the bad guys that appeared at the Clean God thing. So I think they should at least maybe finish that story, though I don't really care too much about what happens with it. But other than that, I really do think Dragon Ball Super is kind of so that's pretty much all I had. If you guys had any thoughts or anything you feel like I didn't talk about or should have babbled about in the episode, let me know. Share your thoughts. Thanks for watching.